You're listening to the Big Chuck Podcast, brought to you by Venue Media.
Okay. What's going on, people? What's going on? Is the Big Chuck coming back? What's going on, Sean? I see you. What's good, fam? Sean saying, what's up there, everybody?
Hey, yo, where am I supposed to be?
What up? Huh?
Where am I supposed to be looking?
I mean, if you want to see yourself up there, look at that camera, but you can look wherever you want to look.
Just
You know what I'm
look
saying?
at the camera. Man.
It is what it is. The camera right here. You can see
Stop
up to the
acting
left.
like a novice. Stop embarrassing me. You brought your glasses.
Hey, yo, I'm about to put them on.
Yeah. But
I should do the show with the glasses on.
exactly.
No.
No,
do not.
You gotta wait a little bit, but like I said, thank y'all for tuning into the Big Chuck Podcast, man. It's another Sunday. Last week we had the females on, man, and they went in, man. They made us feel some type of way, so I had to do a show for the fellas, so the fellas can come back.
Take it back.
Yeah, the fellas can come back because the girls were saying, man, it's slim pickings out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, men ain't built that way and all that. So, yeah, I had to bring the men back, man. So, yeah, I see that. I see it's bling in here, so married men and all that. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce my guests. You know what I'm saying? The first one is on my right. I'm going to have him tell you who he is and what he do.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Anthony. Dang. I did.
Nigga, you did go to the motherfucking
I hit
sexy.
the bear, yeah. Yeah. So what you doing? What you got on? No.
Tone, you see, you try to do this little sexy Christopher Williams voice.
So, on that note, when I get introduced, I'm putting my glasses on.
Oh,
All right.
go ahead.
Well, I'm a host on the Let's Catch Up podcast.
Yep, Let's Catch Up.
And we're just pretty much trying to, if you could say a nonprofit in a podcast form, we're just out here trying to make the community better and inspire thought, and that's pretty much it. Just make sure everybody's thinking and have different perspectives, and individuality is beautiful.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tone, you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you, but
Yeah.
it sounds like you talking through like a fish tank or something. I mean, it is what it is.
All right. Well, yeah, Anthony. Before the show's over, I need you to tell some people about the thing you're doing about
I'm
the
telling
men.
you, the engineer
the men, okay.
had that
Yeah.
lead talking mic.
Okay.
It's like super clear.
It's all good. We're gonna make it work the way it is. What's going on?
The engineer
Fred, what's on,
said
son?
that we cannot be better than him.
Man,
What's going on,
hey,
Tone?
man, ain't nothing, man. I'm just, happy to be alive after all the bombs and shit I heard go off last night. I got up saying the prayer, but them niggas was up blasting bombs at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning, man.
I know the people listening in. You heard that fourth voice. That's comedian Tony Spoon out of DC, man. Tone, tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I'm Tony Spoon Stewart, straight out of Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Grew up in the go-go world. Then I transitioned over to the comedy side.
Yeah.
I did everything D.C. I did sports. I did, bands. I do comedy. All around entertainer dude, man. Love entertaining people, man. Put a smile on their face. That's me all day.
Okay. And then we got one more. He to the left of me. If you're looking at the broadcast, I'm gonna let him introduce himself and tell you everything what he do.
Hey, what's up, world? It's Wadi, co-host of the...
He did it too.
No, I
I just want to
didn't.
say he did it too.
What's going on, Derek?
He did it
Co-host of the Let's Catch Up podcast, accountant by day, podcast host at night,
And his Instagram
DMV
is
on
nasty.
Instagram. Actually, I just got back on Instagram. You can follow me if you want. It's Wadi.
What's
At
going
Sir
on,
Anthony
Nikki?
Red.
What's going on, Nikki? And like I said, see, accounting, like it is like last week. Females was going hard. Look, it's some good men out here making good money
I didn't know
and
we
doing
was
what they
dropping
doing.
the daytime job. I'm a cybersecurity engineer.
Oh, damn! Hold on, say that again. You said a what?
A cybersecurity engineer.
Again,
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, ladies?
With the hyphen analyst.
See what I'm saying, ladies?
I mean, I'm an
What do you
analyst.
think you do security for the
Financial
man?
management
What do you- I
analyst.
ain't hear.
He said security.
No, he said cyber security. You know what I'm saying? So he be catching y'all motherfuckers online trying to jump in people DMs and
Nasty
shit.
asses.
Yeah, trying to jump in motherfucking
okay.
females DMs and shit.
people.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, women. Last week y'all was saying the pickings is slim. I mean, I ain't gonna. It's one or two of them is taken, so I ain't gonna hate on them. But like I'm saying, but it's good men out there.
I ain't taking.
You understand what I'm saying? It's good men
no,
out
no.
there.
I'm not just taking. I'm happily taking.
Happily taking.
Don't even come over here because you're gonna make yourself look dumb.
See, and you can catch them because you know what I'm saying. You do the cyber terrorism shit, so they can't just jump in your DM without you catching. Right?
Me and my wife be laughing at y'all
Oh man, but that's
together.
Man, look, like I said, this week is all about the men. Like I said, last week, the women was going in. I ain't see, like, Shay Zaza said she was coming on. I ain't see her popping my shit yet, but she gonna pop in there sooner or later. So, you know what I'm saying? You tell your girls to come in on the live and send them questions so we can answer them. But what I'm gonna do is, for the fellas, I'm gonna start off. Tone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, this is gonna be the first question for the fellas. The first question. What is your definition of a man? Once again, what is your definition of a man? I'm going to give you the Webster's definition. One possessing in a high degree the qualities considered distinctive of manhood, such as courage, strength, and vigor. Did y'all hear that definition? You need me to run that back? What's going on, Marcus? Y'all need me to run that back?
No, I'm good.
I mean, yeah, those are contributing factors with what it takes to be a man. Also, you have to look at the ability to provide, lead, and, you know, a few other things. So, I mean, you can't put what it takes to be a man in such a small category, because all of us have to be men in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a limited definition in my look, because, you know what I'm saying? Because I know some suckers that carry the Webster dictionary type of, you know what I'm saying, definition that you had. So it's much more to it than just those few little attributes, man. It's much more to it.
Okay. Anybody else got something?
I think we often attribute like the gender to, like, but we never talk about masculinity and femininity. So
Oh, that's coming up.
So like there's a lot of men that are feminine, and there's a lot of women that are masculine. You know what I mean? It's just what a masculine man should do is assert himself on every situation, and if he sees a problem, fix it. And if he sees something lacking, if something's not in the situation, he should bring it to it. And and you should constantly be evolving and making the world better as you see fit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that's a masculine man.
I can't hear you, Kobe.
Okay. What's going on, What's going on,
I
Daniel?
don't know what to do.
Hey, that's cool. You got something for that one?
I say definition of a man for me would be a provider, supporter, caretaker,
Yep.
pillar of strength, family man altogether. You know, you got to, family first and everything else after that.
Yeah. I mean, y'all hit on the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the definition is basically straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, a man, I y'all know how I feel. Like if you can't provide, men, a lot of men fell at different things. You understand what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I was raised by a man to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So, right. And it's crazy. I had daughters, but I was raised I didn't have no sisters. You know what I'm saying? I had cousins that we called sisters, but it was 7 boys. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So the sensitive side I don't got. I'm learning that with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type that my daughter get to crying like, Dad, can I go to this? You know, my oldest daughter, 23 now, but, you know, Dad, when she was young, Dad, can I go to this party? I'd be like, no. She start crying. I'd be like, man, get out of my face with that bullshit, man. that shit don't faze me. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, I had to learn the nurture. You know what I'm saying? That side of me, because it made me feel uncomfortable speaking as a man. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? Have you read?
But bro, that's the hard part, right? That's the hard part, because we always want to protect our daughters.
Exactly.
We educate our sons and protect our daughters.
Exactly.
Most often, we protecting our daughters from not only men that act like us at some particular time, but a whole bunch of group of dudes that we met along the way. Like, nah, I don't want you to bump no nigga like Craig.
Yep,
I don't want you to bump no nigga like me back in the day. Stay your ass in here. Your friends can come over here, but you ain't going no motherfucker over here.
Exactly. Go ahead, Ant.
No, I was just gonna say, there's a book that I want all the men to read. It's called The Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah, I mean,
and
but that role of a man is a hell of a job, man. It's a hell of a job. We don't never get a day off.
Yeah, it is. It
you
is.
really can't hear me.
It is. Tone.
Even on our Titus Day, we expected to be Superman.
Tone, can you hear Anthony? I had Anthony talking. You kind of chimed in over him. You know, you hit him with the bully shit. Let that man get his sentence out.
Through that door.
Hey, just look, all y'all gotta do,
Through that
look,
virtual boat.
point to me when it's my turn to talk.
I got you. I got you. I'm gonna say, go ahead, Tone. That's what I'm gonna say. All right.
I bet.
All right.
I'm listening. My bad for cutting you off, bro.
No problem.
It's all good. There's a book called The Way of the Superior Man, and what it pretty much does is it breaks down masculine, feminine, and neutral energy, right? Mm-hmm. And so what it pretty much says, and the book is just to let men know to identify who you are, and then be able to assert yourself on your relationship or the world. So if you a masculine man, you can't sit there and expect anything to happen that you don't make happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what a masculine man does. It says, look, if I see a problem, I fix a problem.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. And that's I can be honest. Like when I started living by that way in my relationship before I got married, everything changed. Because your woman gonna start responding accordingly. Like, oh, he's taking charge of this situation.
Yeah.
And then she gonna automatically just say, oh, I'm gonna follow behind, because you don't even have to say, get behind me, woman. She's just gonna be like, oh, he got this.
Yeah, exactly. You got anything on that?
Suspected. Not much to add to like what Anthony said. Like you just kind of or like you want your woman to know that you're going to take care of everything, to be able to just depend on you, to be, you know, the provider, the leader, the
leader of your family,
of the family, of the household.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying about that. I mean, that's something that's attributed to you. You have to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can only speak for me. That's why I was asking, what's the definition of a man? A man is a leader and a provider. That's me. You know what I'm saying? How I feel about a man is if you in the household, they know daddy home. You understand what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying. That's just my definition. That's the way I was raised. I might not be saying everything that everybody else want to hear, but that's my definition of a man. Like when daddy come home, the kids come running. How you doing, daddy? Female, how you doing, daddy? And it is. They know daddy's home.
When you say leader, you know, every man has a chance to be a leader in his own family, his own home, or whatever. You should be a leader. That doesn't mean that you go and make all the money, you do all that. Because you could also be a stay-at-home dad. Exactly. And, you know, I watched that movie, Dolomite's my name. Yeah. What did he say in that movie? He said, if a picture need to be hung, I'm going to hang it. If whatever needs to be done to make this team work, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Just because I'm more interested in the win than I am, you know, the points I score. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but that's one of the attributes of being a leader. You got to be a follower also. You can't just lead and don't know how. You got to know how to do both. You got to follow and lead to be a great leader. That's just, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, that's a definition.
Yeah, there's a difference between like being a leader and like a boss. You know
exactly.
That's
different.
And you definitely can't lead men if you can't lead your woman.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you got anything else on that, Tone?
No, I'm really just trying to, you know, catch up to where y'all at. Like I say, I'm having audio issues on my end, right? But,
okay. All right. Well,
I'm able to hear bits and pieces of it, man, and y'all making a lot of sense, man. And it's like, you know, all of us have our own separate definition of you know, what it takes to be a man, and then we work together like the Hall of Justice. We can turn each other into Superman. You know what I'm saying? Because we learn from different things. You know, so we got men learn from men. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think good discussions like this are necessary to, you know, make our male community more healthier and taking care of our homes and things like that. That's just my opinion about it.
Okay.
One last thing is there's a Kendrick Lamar line that I like to. He say, "I have to keep fake humble just because your ass is insecure." So like one of those things is too, like if you a man, you also ain't jealous of another man.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't even that'd be a whole nother show. I ain't even gonna go on that.
You
part.
ain't gonna go into that.
You was right. You was right about that. I ain't even going into that jealousy shit. I'm gonna go on to the next question. Can you hear me, Tone? All right. The next question is: what do you think the man's role in today's society compared to the 1900s? Like in the 1900s, basically women didn't have rights. You know what I'm saying? Basically, women was property. You know what I'm saying? Like the black man was property, but the woman was, you know, extra property. You know what I'm saying? The man had to go out, create the money, bring the money home. The female took care of the whole household. You know what I'm saying? But she couldn't. I ain't gonna say she couldn't go out and learn. She could learn on her own, but her job was to take care of her husband and her kids. The man's job was to go out there and get the money, bring the money home. But that gave men a lot of time to do what the fuck they wanted to do. And then they could use that word money to hold her in line, because she couldn't go out there and create income to take care of her and her kids. Because if she leaves, she's taking the kids with her. She don't have means to get the money to take care of that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think the man's role is now? Do you think we still carry that same type of weight? You think these youngins out here, or like, well, fuck it. From what I see these youngins living off females. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go in the hood, it'd be a young girl that got an apartment, and then it'd be some knucklehead living in there with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't bringing nothing to the table. He might be trapping, but he ain't bringing nothing to the table, because she shouldn't be on Section 8 if he trapping.
You say youngins, but I still see a lot of grown ass men,
Yeah.
40 plus.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Youngins, 1900s. We all be youngins from the 1900s. I'm talking about like our granddaddy's age. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I consider myself in this conversation a youngin because I'm in my mid 40s. I'm talking about when my granddad.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Though. So
I think the thing with that, if I'm allowed to speak right now, I think that the main change from then and now is that women are earning more, right?
Yeah.
So with them are earning more, and the cost of living is going up. It takes two incomes now to actually run a household. So now the man is at work, the woman is at work, the child is left to raise itself and let his environment raise itself. So, but we still have that role of chief provider. Like I always say, as men, we are the kings of the castle, but the woman run the castle. She control our diet, how clean our house is, and things of that nature. Yeah. So the roles is still pretty much the same. It's just that women's role, the dynamics has changed financially, and now that they making enough money where they quote unquote don't need a nigga. That's why dildos and all these bullets and all that shit out there now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they feel now.
Yeah.
Women treat men now how men once treated them.
Yeah.
You know how ladies be like, man, I ain't taking care of no man. That's how we used to be sometime back in the day. I ain't taking care of no chick. I'm gonna suck a couple times and then I'm gonna sit on their way. But that's what women do now. So that's why I say, because it's a lot of the industrial jobs is gone. You know, the car makers, they got machines and shit. That's what we did. We worked with our hands. They was trained to bring in this next generation of technology and all that. That's why they making so much more money, because some of our skills are becoming obsolete.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a funny little dynamic on the ship of how the man-woman role is, but I still say we still the lead in the family, because we still protect. We still out here having to protect, provide, and we still got to do all of those roles, regardless if the woman make more money or not. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the role's still the same, dog. Just the dynamics of the finance. That's all.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Can you do me a favor and read that question again?
All right. The question is, what do you think the man's role is in today's society compared to the 1900s, like your granddads? You know what I'm saying? Their generation, where, like I said,
I think there's two answers to that question, right? Like the role is still the same, but the way you execute it is different, right? So the man's role back then was, society allows me to go out and work, and you're supposed to stay at home because that's what society says is appropriate. Yeah. You know what I mean? But today, as a man, it doesn't change from, my first answer. Like you are judged by how your family appears. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if your family looks dusty, your kids look dirty, and you out here still, like you said, wearing the latest J's and, on some chick's couch, but you got, baby mamas and all that other stuff that, then you look a type of way.
Exactly.
So if we want to go back to like the Willie Lynch letters and all that stuff, then we talking about the emasculation, like what you have on your list.
Yeah, we going to that.
But I'm not going to go into that too much. But what I'm saying is that's all part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? The hey, and it's totally different for the white man, because a white man can say whatever he want, assert himself however he want. Let's not forget that it's only appropriate for to be transgender now because Caitlyn Jenner did it when a white man wanted to do it. So like, it depends. If you're a white man, you could do whatever you want. You could we have the president that has rape allegations. You know what I'm saying? And nobody says nothing.
Yeah.
And we have a person that's running for president that also has rape allegations.
Yeah.
And nobody says anything. But we have Bill Cosby in prison.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is it depends. So the role of the black man.
Yeah. What do you think? No, I'm. Yeah. You can say whether you can change it to black, white, whatever. I'm just saying. What do you think the role is?
Because back then, ain't nothing changed for the man, the white man, since the 1900s. Is what I'm saying. For today, the difference between back then for the black man is the black woman has esteemed herself.
Okay.
And the black man is content with being on her couch.
Okay. All right. You got anything to add to that?
I think the black man being content has a lot to do with a lot of things, because the black man is becoming content with being on the couch, like Anthony said. Like, the woman feels like she has to step up and be like almost like the man in the relationship and everything.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
So, in that sense, that
mama gonna do what she have to do regardless.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
But
So it's made the woman stronger. But as far as like the roles being the same from now and into the 1900s, I think we've kind of put ourselves like kind of back some because of the fact of how pretty much our way of living, how we think.
Complex.
Yeah, like we're okay. I think as men, sometimes we become okay with the women being the leader.
Exactly. But that's what I'm talking about. The role, like right there, is what I'm saying. I think to me, that's a reversal in the role. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was blessed. I don't know if y'all listen to my show. I was blessed to know my great, and both sides of my greats grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So I was raised around people that migrated. My grandfather migrated from Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? He was legally illiterate. You understand what I'm saying? But he raised 11 by getting up, cooking, and he drove all around the city selling chicken. They called him the chicken man. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, being raised, I got joked on about it. That's what made me funny. You know what I'm saying? But which was cool. But then at the same time, when they called him Mr. Brooks. When they seen Mr. Brooks, they be, hey, ask your granddad if I can get a piece of chicken too. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I was at a young age, I was raised to be proud, and I seen, look, babe, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother can go out and do what she had to do. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a word that a lot of black men don't really value as much. It's pride.
Yeah, that's
because they'll be proudful about their latest J's, but they ain't prideful about how they conduct themselves, and you know what I mean. Like,
and that's my point about the roles is reversing. Like we losing that and I'm talking as a whole. I'm not speaking as y'all. I'm not speaking as me. I'm just speaking what I see. Like I said, I work with adjudicator.
Don't hold your tongue for these.
No, you know, man, you know I ain't hold my tongue.
I'm just saying, like, call it what it is. Yeah, y'all slacking.
Exactly. I work with adjudicated teams. These motherfuckers always talking about a come up. Oh, my girl, this, my girl, my girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be on them. What you mean, your girl? You go get it, and then if she brings something to the table, that make y'all a power couple.
Exactly.
What is you waiting on? Well, I'm gonna wait for my girl to get her tax money to go buy something. Like what? So you gotta wait for her to get her tax money for you to get a pack? No homo. But come on, man.
The hardest thing I ever had to do, and please believe, I've went through it all. So like I've been that dude, right? Like I've been the dude that's in somebody's house that you don't own or whatever. And the one thing I did, I just had to be like, wash your face, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what is you doing? Like, you letting this woman take care of you, letting this woman do this. Who are you? Like because as soon as, and then I learned the hard way, because as soon as our relationship was done, now I got to try to find the next couch. So I was like, nah, this is dead. You know what I'm saying? It's on me. The next relationship I get in, she can move in with me. Exactly. I ain't moving in with her.
Exactly.
Or we can get a place together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went and bought a house. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I didn't like the way, and everybody has their own breaking point.
Exactly.
And hopefully for some of y'all, this conversation will lead to y'all having a breaking point.
That's what we're having a conversation for.
And for those women you had on last week that I was listening to and watching, what I want to say is, if you don't inspire your man to be better, then you also have to look at yourself in the mirror, because you can't just wait there, and wait for him to be great. If you love him, then you should be there to inspire him to be better.
We got women and men on next week, so believe me, that's coming up. That's already one of the questions I wrote down. But you got anything else to add to that, Tonio?
Nah, fellas, man, y'all doing a great job, man.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing a great job, and y'all voicing some serious ass concerns, man.
All right.
Cause like that role reversal thing, Chuck, is some serious shit, though, huh?
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up, because like I said, go ahead. That's why I'm bringing it up.
And the thing is that like I heard you mention something about a power couple, right? Now, I think as long as both are bringing something to the table, if it's not equally bringing both to the table and y'all together, that's y'all.
Yeah.
But it's so much individualism in relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so much individualism. Oh, this my shit. This is my shit. This my shit. This you believe, but nigga, you can go. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing about staying together. It's everybody can go, and you can just do this and you do that, do this, because we don't need each other no more. That family structure is fucked up in the black community, man. It really is.
Yeah. You got anything? I'm gonna go to the next person. You got anything to add to that, Wadi? Well, look, I'm gonna add a word to this. Like I'm gonna go back to the question. The question is, what do you think the man's role is in today's society compared to the 1900s? And I'm gonna add a word. The word is emasculate. Emasculate. And I'm gonna give you the definition. To emasculate means to deprive of strength, vigor, or spirit. Now, that was in the Webster's definition of being a man. So you need to have courage, strength, and vigor to be a man. So if they deprive you of strength, vigor, and spirit, they're emasculating you. And also, that means weaken. Then you got to deprive of virility or precreative power, to castrate. So to emasculate a man is to weaken or castrate him. And the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm gonna let Anthony answer this first, Tone, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you chime in. All right? Did you hear me?
Okay, cool.
Should
All right.
I start out with my initiative that I'm trying to start?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that in. But like I said, the reason I want everybody on here to think about what I'm saying about emasculate, and the reason I'm saying that is because when you look, like he was talking about the white man, black man, Spanish man, all that. When you look at that, if you look at black shows, popular black shows, they got at least 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying, people that's either gay, bi, or so-and-so, which is cool. It's cool. If that's what you want to be, that's what you want to be. But if you look at the percentages, it's not that many in the black community. So why everything black on TV portrays that's what we are? Go ahead, Anthony.
Emasculation. So if you go and read, I kind of hit on it earlier. I was a little ahead of you. I apologize. But
It's all good.
But the Willie Lynch letters, America was having a problem with its slaves, right? So they apparently called on this guy Willie Lynch because he was a master at making slaves. And one of the things that he referenced when making slaves was the ability to break the psyche of the black family. And it started with emasculating the black man. Yep. And so what he did was he tied the black man to a horse, to 2 horses actually, both legs, and in front of his child, his boy child, his pregnant wife, and his pregnant wife and his wife, so and the rest of the what is it, the plantation.
Yeah.
So they then told those horses to go separate ways and spread him apart from his groin and tore him apart in front of his family and everything he loved. He then said that this will make sure that not only, because if you think about that dynamic, right? You just said you had daughters, right? I have I have 2 sons, okay, and one on the way and one already. There's nothing like having a boy, because you're like I can reinvent myself in that boy. Like I can make sure that but if imagine my boy seeing me helpless and somebody just taking all the power away from me.
Yeah.
That's emasculation. That's what you're saying. You showed me helpless to defend myself. I can't do anything, and now my boy doesn't believe in anything in this world because a boy child looks at his dad like that's Superman. That's the guy that'll do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now you have the wife that's like, I just got to protect this child.
Yeah.
And if you think about today, what's going on, that's exactly what's going on. Women are bearing the brunt to say, I just got to protect these kids.
So the role is changing.
It's changing.
All right.
Or it's been changed.
Exactly. Well, Tonio, you got something? I'm going to come back to you. And you got something to add to that, Tone?
I just think like the emasculation thing is the whole process, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, like you say, to weaken or castrate a man, right? So if you slowly but surely take away a man's responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Then over time, he don't understand what his natural duties are, so he starts to become lackadaisical.
Yeah.
And then when he start becoming lackadaisical, the nigga be 40 wearing skinny jeans and shit and all that, trying to keep up with what he's supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, it's the emasculation. The whole thing is a process, man, and it's a whole mental thing. Because if a man don't feel strength within, or is not taught to think strong thoughts, he can be easily manipulated and emasculated. So we have to change our thoughts and stop trying to follow trends and understand what the concept of our responsibility are as men, man.
Okay.
That's all I can say about
I got a question for Tony.
Hold on. Let me get Waddy's side. Go ahead. Say yours, and then I'll come back to you, Ant.
I mean, I kind of feel like as a man,
Waddy wears skinny jeans, by the way.
I do not. I wear the 502s. They're not skinny. But anyways, I kind of feel like as a man, like in order to be emasculated, you kind of gotta almost allow yourself to be like your mindset's almost got to be a way where you are almost kind of like maybe like brainwashed, saying like, okay, this is okay. Like, it's okay for you to go ahead and
it's constructed, because that's all they see is what I'm saying. Like I said, you got the shows, you got, I mean, and it's unfortunate for us. I apologize for black families. Most black families now is being raised by a single family home. It's a woman. They putting, you know what I'm saying, and we got something to do with it, but they putting us in jail for dumbass charges, and you know what I'm saying, putting us away and taking us away, like even the crack shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know crack. Like, if you know anything about crack, it's cocaine, water, and baking soda. So why I'm doing 15 years for something that you only get 6 months of if you just got powder?
But not only that, you also got to think about at the same time in the 80s, the government, the CIA, distributed cocaine into our neighborhoods.
We know that.
And then at the same very time, started a war on drugs that made those drugs that they gave us.
It paid for that war.
But they gave us. Then they said we're gonna start a war on drugs to get rid of these criminals. But what they really meant was niggas. Like,
yeah.
Like, so
it paid for their war. I mean, that's what it is with that. But I'm just saying with the role of the emasculate, like emasculate is because that's what you see. The man ain't there to tell you no different. And then you get a young boy, you know what I'm saying, he see strong women around. He look on TV, he see these men, you know, they making money, and then they doing this and they doing that, but they doing this to get that. You understand what I'm saying? So in his mind, he might feel, okay, well, I feel that way. He confused. When you coming up, everybody go through, you gotta make choices. Like, you young, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the first time you know, I won't always left, but you know what I'm saying? You meet a girl, you don't know what to do with her. The first thing a dude gonna do is finger her, because you don't know what else to do. The first thing you gonna do is use your finger. First thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you get more advanced and move on and start doing more. But it's you just gonna do what you know. If nobody taught you how to have sex to a woman, you gonna go with what you know. And the first thing we talk about that in elementary and junior high. Fingering the girl. You ever finger the girl? All you gotta do is find a hole and then just rub something.
You talk about emasculation.
You got a point about that.
What do you think about how the U.S. government has emasculated every black leader that has came before us?
I mean, that's what they do. Like, I can't. The government is the government. We already know that the shit is set up against us.
Is there any leniency for the black man to be like, hey, look, because what I will say is, whenever a black man does, we leave him out to dry. Like that's kind of why I want to start this initiative.
Yeah,
is because, if I jump out there,
tell him about your initiative, because you just went into that. He got a good thing going on. So to all my brothers on there, I wish it was more people coming in and out of live, but this is a good thing. Tell your folks about this. Go ahead, tell them, Anthony.
So what I pretty much want to do is, I want to start a group of men who are focused on trying to fix the problems that we're talking about, like that we talk about on our podcast, that we talking about on his podcast, and we just come up with answers and solutions and assert ourselves on the world. And the problem is I'm thinking more 300, like, you know what I mean, like if we have a group of 300, like, the Spartan soldiers, like they could take me out, but guess what? You know what I mean? One of the most gangster things I've ever heard was when that dude on 300 said, he said, Xerxes said, I'll block out the sun with arrows. And the dude said, then we'll fight in the shade. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there was no fear. You don't put no fear in the heart. Let's do this. So, exactly. But they also knew it wasn't just empty confidence. Exactly. It was we ready. Exactly. So that's what I want to get a group of men together to be like, we ready. Okay. And if one of us fall, we know how to handle that. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep riding. Exactly. But too often, whether it be Malcolm X, whether it be Martin Luther or Medgar Evers, or there's a long list. Huey Newton, Bobby said, whoever, we just let them down. We just leave them, and it dies with them. You know what I'm saying? But we can't. That's what my initiative is. This can't die with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I lay down my life for the cause of my children to have a better life every day. Yeah. But if it's in vain and nobody ever say nothing, what's the point? Yeah. You know what I mean? So
give them the date. Give them the date.
July 11th, we have a Zoom meeting set up. If you want to be involved, we got info at the let'scatchuppodcast.com. Send us an email, and
you can go to my page and I'll send it over.
Yeah, and we just gonna try to get some men that are really about that. To be about that. Now, if you coming in there to, I have an idea, whatever, that's cool. But also be in mind that we just try, like, I don't want to lead nobody where they don't want to go. We gonna work and see what we can do collectively. And if it's a small win, we'll start there. If it's a big one, we could do whatever. But be open to hear. I just want to hear everybody and see where we at, and start to build a group of people that are ready to do something.
All right. And we're going to move on to you got something to add to the emasculation? All right, well, emasculation we're going to bring up weekly. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I feel about that shit. And I know people be mad at me about what the fuck I be saying, but at the same time, it's just what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But the third question is, listen to this one, fellas.
They gonna love you or they hate you.
Yeah. I can't make everybody happy. But the next question is, can a woman be more of a man than a man? Not physically, just in the role they play in our community. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to repeat the question. Can a woman be more of a man than a man? Not physically, just in the role they play in our community. And I'll elaborate on what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is and I don't want to keep putting it in hood, but that's where I was raised, in the hood. It's always strong women in the hood. It's strong men too. But it's always strong woman, Miss Bertha, Miss Gladys Ann, Miss Juanita, you know what I'm saying, Miss Amy Jo, you know what I'm saying. They always out there, you know what I'm saying. Everybody know them as the pillar of the hood. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, a lot of men was taken out of the equation. Whatever way, if it was systematic or whatever, it is what it is. We'll talk about that on another show. But being that the man was eliminated, and then you had all these women raising these young men, you understand what I'm saying? What I'm talking about in the role is, I know a lot of single men. I know men that was raised by single females, and in their mind, a woman could be more than a man, because I don't know my father. Fuck that nigga. I done heard that more times than these kids that come into my, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I work at a tier 4. So I get them, they got attempted murder, 2 murders, rape, 4 rapes. You know what I'm saying? They can't be out. They got juvenile life. That's where I get them. And then when I'm talking to them, that's what they saying. Fuck my father. Lil Tone raised me. Lil Anthony raised me. Anthony showed me how to flip a pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't teach him something else is what I'm saying. Is all I'm saying is, do you think a woman could be more of a man than a man in that role? Anybody? You want Tone? Can I get Tone on first? Tone, you got something for that? You got something for that, Tonio?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a woman. I mean, that whole premise sounds off to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I think a woman can do that raise a son is show him how to cook for himself, clean for himself, do shit like that, and educate him.
All right, Tone, I'm gonna ask you a question. Like, what you saying? If it was only a woman in the house, you understand what I'm saying? It was no man in the house, is what I'm saying. That's the role. Like, if she teach you how to cook, clean, wash your ass, brush your teeth, how to save money, how to go out there and be a man, ain't she doing the man's role too?
Yeah, but it's certain things she not showing them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
She doing the best she
showing
can.
somewhat. See, what a woman probably try to do is raise her son to be the ideal man according to society and what she believe a man is.
Exactly.
Right?
That's all she can do.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why she can never have a more dominant, and she can't really have a more dominant role than a man, because the man actually lives, breathes, and do that shit every day.
Yeah, but I'm not
going off more hypotheticals and theoretic type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know where you're going with this, Tone. I know where you're going with this. I just want you to answer the question of, can she be more of a man? Like, to that kid, I think that he's gonna feel his mother's more of a man than his father, because as a man, he's more of a man. But to that son, he wasn't shit. So she was more of a man to him than he was. You understand what I'm saying?
Can I say something?
Hold on, let me let Tony.
Then the way you put it, it all depends on the situation.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, okay. I could go with you on that. I thought you were speaking in general, but you kind of broke it down to where though it's a case by case thing.
Yeah, like
So I get it, and then in some of those cases, I do believe that a woman can raise a man.
Thank you.
Through the fault of another man.
That's what I feel. That's how I feel.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Other man that lack, she could show him how not to lack in those areas, how to be more productive in these areas to be a family man. Because, ideally, it's just that it's different perceptions of the shit. But I see what you're saying, Chuck. That's a case by case basis.
Yeah.
Because I know some single mothers that raise hell of a men. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I know some niggas that had their fathers in their house is cold suckers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's a case by case thing, bro.
Okay. Go ahead, Anthony.
Nah, man, Tone, don't give into that nigga, man. Like,
listen.
look, I agree with you on your original premise, because look, at the end of the day, I ain't have no father, right? Like, I ain't meet him ever in my life. And one thing I will say is my mom did the best she can. My grandmother did the best she can, because my mother was also, a substance abuser. But they did the best they could. But there were certain lessons that I had to learn on my own. Yeah. And so what playing substitute teacher don't make you a teacher. So you get to do this. You know what I mean? So you missing a big portion of what that man needs. So you just said a lot of these kids is in prison because they don't have men in their life. So look where a lot of children, they call it statistics. You became a statistic. Yeah. So what are you saying? Like, because a man would make sure. Hold on, I'm that's rhetorical.
Yeah. That's why I said you. I was about to go.
But what I'm saying is, without the man present, we see what's happening.
Yeah.
So are they doing a good job as a man? What are you saying? Just getting by and doing enough?
No,
because at the end of the day, my wife, and I love my wife to death, she don't hold my sons accountable like I do. You know what I'm saying? She don't do the things that she's supposed to do.
Okay.
She don't make sure, because she's trying to nurture and make sure his feelings ain't hurt.
Exactly.
And she's trying to do all these things that a man, like, that I learned the hard way, because like I said, I've done all the sucker shit at some point in time. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is corny. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you ask the question, can she be a more man than a man? Never. Never. But she can do a substitute teacher job. She can do what she has to do to get by, but never. And that's the problem that I feel like in this society, women think that they don't need a man, and you do, because look where your kids is ending up.
No, that's it. Like you got something to go? You got on that, Waddy? Go ahead, Waddy.
My quick answer is no.
Okay.
I mean, like, a woman cannot do the job of a man. Like,
okay.
Kind of like taking on what Anthony was saying. Like there's certain lessons that you learn from a man growing up, that you learn from a man that a woman just like she just doesn't have the experiences to be able to teach you, to be able to mold you, and to be able to help you grow into being, a man.
Yeah, but the question I'm asking, not I already know a woman can't be a man. That's right. Impossible.
You said in society. Read your question.
Said, can a woman be more of a man than a man? Not physically, just in the role they play in our community.
I'm saying not physically, not in our community, not nothing, because it's missing. It's missing.
Exactly.
And our community is suffering because of it.
If you take a look at
I'm sorry, adamant. That's all.
Yeah.
But there's no way. No.
But look what's going on now in society. Them is youngers out there running that front line. Hold on. Let me get mine out. Them is youngers out there. They was raised by a single woman.
Absolutely. And they emotional as hell.
Okay, but they standing tall though.
Are they though?
Are they?
You just said there's.
They standing tall out. They just don't know. They don't have no direction on where they want to go from there.
Exactly.
You just
hold on.
went over
What
your
I'm
own
saying,
point.
no, I didn't. I didn't make my own point because a woman got them there. So that woman, that mother in that kid's life is way older of a man than she is.
From what I've seen,
he don't know him.
What I've seen is a lot more women out on them front lines than there is men. So hold on.
Let's
go ahead.
I'm only talking from what I see.
Right.
These kids I deal with will shoot their father. And won't think twice about it. Anybody say anything about their mom, they going to death. So in that role, in that household, she is the man. Regardless how you feel about it, she the man, because it's just like the lion. A lion raises he does everything he do. He protects the family. Look, the male lion hold on, let me I'm gonna come back to you, Tone. The male lion raises the males. He chases the motherfucking male off. Like, nigga,
we not lions, dog.
I'm just giving you an example. He chases the male lion off. If that male lion get old enough and his father's still there, he gonna fuck his father up so he can get some pussy.
Sure.
Killing. Because like I said, what I'm saying in society now, these kids is being raised by women. I'm not saying that woman is a man. But if you ask that kid, yo, how you feel about your mom? Man, I love my mom. You can't say shit about my mom, but my dad.
But all you said is feelings, dog. Right. Exactly. All you said is feelings. I don't care how these little niggas feel.
You have to.
No, I don't.
Can I address that
Go
one
ahead.
little thing you just said, brother? Now, what you said that, the kids love their mother, but hate their fathers, right? And,
they don't know them.
But okay, they don't know them, but that's a child getting into some adult business. He don't know shit about.
But I'm talking about when he get an adult, how is he gonna carry this? What I'm saying is, what happened when they young is what's gonna make them who they are when they get old. A lot of us as men make a lot of stupid ass mistakes because of that fact. We was raised and
you're making your counter argument why you say it.
It's the truth.
But just because you're more adamant about it doesn't change the fact that you talking to the boys you talking to in prison. So let that sink in. So you can't say she did a good job when she's in the epitome of where no man. There's two places you don't want to be in prison.
Though. You making it about a
job. No, I'm not. You missing what I'm saying. There's two places you don't want your child to be in. Regardless, if parenting is a job, it's a task. Parenting, you don't want your kids to end up in jail or dead. And either one, it's a tragedy. And so if a mom leads their kid to prison, that's not a good job. I don't care how the kid feels about it.
You putting fault on the mom. The kid gonna go out there and learn.
She's doing the best she can.
Exactly. So a kid gonna learn from what he need to learn. So if he go out there and catch on to me when I'm out in the street and then I be his role model.
Am I tripping?
I'm just saying, I'm not teaching him to be the right dude. I'm gonna teach him. The streets is gonna take advantage of him. He young. The streets don't have no heart.
So you don't see why the value of the man. You don't see that how that.
I didn't take away from the value.
No. What I'm saying
is, can a woman be more more of a man to a
How
to a man.
if she's if the dad if you subtract the man out of the situation, right? Then the child ends up in prison or worse.
Obama was the president. He didn't know his father.
That's
But you can't. No.
Obama became the
Hold on.
president. He
Now
knows
you're doing
father.
it.
you're talking about one.
Yeah, you're doing an outlier
okay, so
argument.
you work with kids
You
in prison.
somebody you ain't know your pop.
You work
Yeah,
with
but you're doing I'm an outlier, dog. Like there's not
Right.
many more people that are more successful than me
Exactly.
that you know.
That's
I
what I'm
promise.
saying. And,
But I'm an outlier.
So
But I'm an
let's look at
outlier.
you. Let's look
I'm
at
a
you.
defining
You work
statistic.
with these kids in the system, whatever. How many of these kids? What's the percentage of these kids do not have their fathers in their house?
I don't know, but I know it's
But,
over 50.
exactly.
It's over 50.
Exactly.
And that's my point.
So even though their moms are raising them and doing
The best as
So
they
the
can.
best that they can,
Let's
the
say-
best they can.
So to you, if you came to me and I asked you a question, yo, how you feel, man? Listen, don't say nothing about my mom. What about your dad? Fuck that nigga. How I'm supposed to take that? That means that your mom is more of a man in your life than he is, right?
That just means dad wasn't around.
That means
That means fuck
that
it.
means you have a chip on your shoulder.
exactly. So fuck him. So
That don't mean.
But you still need your
you
dad
still-
around.
that-
Your
yeah.
mom cannot
Okay,
do
so-
what dad
so
can do.
you need him. Is what I'm not saying. I didn't say.
What do you think the
need him.
statistics would
I
be?
said, can she be more of a woman, a man to a kid? Than
And
he
everybody
can?
on this podcast said no.
Oh no, you said y'all said no.
No,
I ain't
Tony
say no.
said no. He said no.
Oh,
So
well,
you outnumbered.
Well, we go on then. That's what y'all think. That's what I think that it could. I think it could be. So I'm
That's
gonna.
75% all the way, yo.
you try to,
I'm
then
a-
you try
I'm
to
a
bully
numbers
my
guy,
man.
yo.
No,
You try to bully my man over the phone to agree with you.
Tony, but he knew what I was saying.
My man
what I
Tony's like,
said.
nah.
Tony, you know what I was saying.
Nah, Tony
knew
was
what I
all.
was
He was with us at the beginning.
Like I said, it's strong women. Women, listen, I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Y'all can be more than a man than a motherfucking man. I don't give a fuck what they talking about.
They can
See, now
they can provide the roles, but can they be more than a man? No.
I beg to
Hey,
differ.
can I
We'll
add
come back to
something
that.
real fast?
We'll come back to that
Tony
another.
want to say something.
What you say, Tone? Go ahead, Tone.
Can I add a little something real fast, right? Like, all right, like say for instance, me growing up, right? My father was there for a minute, then he rolled out, right? He rolled out during the years where I needed him most, right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, my mother taught me a lot of things. She educated me. She did this. She did all this and that. But as I got older and I stepped in the street, I learned how to be a man from misguided motherfuckers.
Exactly. That's my
So
point.
my perception of what a man was learning in the street
Exactly.
was either I got to kill, hurt something, fuck as
Exactly.
many bitches as I could, and this and that and the other, and just be a selfish motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
But I
Exactly.
feel as though had my father been
We're gonna go
around,
to the next question. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
might have learned I wouldn't have had so many different ideologies to follow, so many
Thank you.
fucked up ideologies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's
So-
that's
so-
what I'm sticking to.
I mean, that's what I got to add about that. But then it took me to go through enough
Exactly.
to say, hold on, this can't be life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't. Yeah, I learned all the shit I learned, and you know, I learned that part about protection of being a man. But now I want to get to the part where let's get to the real money, the
Exactly.
legal money, the build
Exactly.
businesses, corporations.
Exactly.
We build our community. See, I was learning from motherfuckers that only wanted to tear down the community.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so, you know, a lot of times that's why so many of them youngins be like, had no respect for men. Like you said,
Exactly.
number one, that ain't one in the household.
Exactly.
But then the ones that try to educate them, they don't even respect them because they don't know how to respect man
Exactly. Now,
at all.
I'm gonna go to the next question because I know you're going to take
No,
it to another level.
no. I'm not. I'm gonna say the question you just asked refers directly back to the emasculation of the man. So
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, we beg to differ on that one. You know what I'm saying? We had to bring that back another day. Like next week, it's gonna be men and women in here, so we're gonna get both sides. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. But this gonna be the last question because I already know we went over. I see him. All right, but it's all good. But the last question is: do you think, as a man, are we able? Are we able? And I'm not talking about black, white, blah blah. As men, so we think it colorless. As men, do you think as men we are able to come together and start turning around our communities? Like, do you think men are strong enough? Because like I said, my thing is everybody want to be fucking Jay-Z. Not understanding that Jay-Z had two other motherfuckers the way he was, then he left. And then he created a new persona like he did it on his own. You not gonna be able to do it on your own, fellas. I'm telling you this now. I know they tricked you and thought you can do it by yourself. You gonna need somebody in your corner. You know what I'm saying? So until we can learn as men to work together, like just now, we just went 30 something minutes about a topic that you feel that I feel different about, but I ain't ready to fight you.
No, not at all.
And that's where we need to get to. Hey, we all ain't no yes men here. Like, and I'm proud to say everybody that's on this board, you know what I'm saying? My man Tone, I know Waddy, I know Anthony. We all strong men. I'm not gonna let you sway with the fuck I'm saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. I gotta be me at the end of the day. After we talk as a group, I gotta go be an individual. I gotta be Big Chuck myself. You know what I'm saying? So whatever I bring to the table is Big Chuck. And what I'm asking is, do you think enough of us can get together, you know what I'm saying, and talk like my man, he got the Zoom thing going on, and like I said, if you want to go on my page or on my DM, he'll send me the information, I send it straight to you. I want to see if men, all colors, I mean, Black Lives Matter, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not asking nobody to do nothing with it. I'm a standalone type dude, always been, you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, can men get together, agree on something, and change around what the fuck going on? Do you think that's possible? I'm gonna start with Tony.
Yeah, I believe that's possible.
All right, so and then elaborate on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
I believe it's possible, but see, what we as men have to do is check our egos a lot of times, egos and pride, right?
And you think it's enough of us going to do that?
Huh?
You think it's enough of us that's going to do that? You think?
I believe it is, because.
Okay.
See, one way that we could like knock that down is not to knock each other differently.
Bang.
Let's see what we can agree on.
Bang.
Let's see what we can agree on. Fuck what we don't agree on,
Bang.
because we might not have the same ideology.
Bang.
But then, that's why we have to work together as sections.
Exactly.
It's like pieces to this puzzle. We got to work together as sections. We can't just have one person that think they're gonna dictate everything. Who the fuck want to just keep being a follower all the time? We all have to have an intricate role in changing the community for the better.
Exactly.
So I believe it can happen. It's just that we got to set aside our differences and stand together on what we believe and what we believe as a consensus that can change the community. That's just how I feel.
All right. That sounds good. Anthony, what you got?
I think it's possible.
Yeah, me too.
But it depends on us. And I know that sounds cliche, but it really does. Like he said, are you able to put down your pride to follow another man for, and be honest that man had a better idea than you or a better way than you? We have all different types of men that are gifted in different types of areas and have different type of connections. And one of the biggest things that I've learned here is I observe a lot. You know what I mean? So. One of the things I've observed, especially in Frederick, Maryland, and maybe, I don't know, it might be the same up here or whatever, but is a lot of people will reach out to you to get something from you or use you. Yep. But a lot of people don't just say, hey, let's work together to build something. Yep. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, I just need that real quick from you. You know what I mean? But are you going to do that even if there's no benefit, if it's just like we working to build something together? Exactly. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take people that are willing to say, look, this ain't about my personal benefit. And one of the biggest things that I've been working on this idea and concept in my head is, the idea of like a jersey, right? Like you have a team on the front that you play for, right? You playing for the Lakers. Your last name on the back, that's your legacy. Your number is who you were on that team, right? But like those three things are all representative of like, what are you going to do? Like, what kind of legacy are you going to leave? What team did you play for? What legacy are you going to leave for your kids? And are you worried about your number? Yeah, that's deep. You know what I mean. So at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come. If you worried about your team winning, you gonna do whatever it takes. If you need to get the Rodman numbers where you just get rebounds. And that's what you do to make this team successful. Exactly. Or are you worried about your legacy, or are you worried about your number?
Exactly. You got something, Waddy?
I feel like we have to, as black men in general, in order for us to get where we want to in life and in this country and it's pretty much anywhere, we have to be able to work together. Touching on what Anthony said, we've had this conversation a lot here. Like a lot of times here in the black community, we just tend to use each other to, what can you do for me to, help me better myself. Whereas instead of like that, that mindset, let's work together.
Exactly.
Try to make, try to build an empire, in which we got to do. And in order to do that, they say it takes a village. So
Exactly.
it takes a village also to freaking, build an empire.
Exactly.
So my answer is we have to.
Okay. Well, like I said, listen, was a good show. We was talking about it, got heated a little bit and everything, but I'm gonna let
Ain't
everybody
nobody get heated. I love you just as much as I did when I walked in.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let everybody get their outro. Hey, Tonio, tell them a little bit about you, but I'm gonna have y'all up here. The first show I do up here, you coming up here, so I'll reach out to you. Hopefully it's going. Well, I know it's gonna be in August, so I'm gonna give a little time for Corona to go somewhere else. But when Corona live, it's gonna be in the end of
We
August.
just gonna have to learn to live with that shit.
We're gonna do something in August, so I'm gonna bring you up. All right, so just tell the little people about you.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm Tony Spoon, man. You can catch me on Facebook, Tonio Stewart, Instagram, Tony_Spoon. I'm a comedian, man, trying to climb the ranks, man, and stay positive on the way up, man. And I want to thank you, Big Chuck, for having me out Hagerstown and introduce me to your friends. And I love coming out there because they show love back.
Yes,
So
they do.
I'm waiting for August to come. I see you then, brother.
All right, I see you, man. And like I said, I'll talk to you sometime this week and let you know the date is. It's probably gonna be the last weekend of August. So I'll let you know I'm gonna try to do a festival out West Virginia, Martinsburg. It's this club out there called O'Connell's. He said I could get the whole backyard. That shit hold like 700 some people. So we'll work on it. So I'll let you know, all right? He already off. All right. Anthony, why don't you go ahead, give him your outro, man.
All right, I'm the host of the Let's Catch Up podcast.
He changed his voice again.
Oh man. The Let's Catch Up podcast at the Let's Catch Up podcast, the Let's Catch Up podcast.com, Sir_Anthony _Red. Ooh yeah. No, just and then just Anthony Red on Facebook. So
All right. Wadi, why don't you go ahead and get your outro?
It's Wadi. You can find me on Instagram. It's _Wadi, WAADDY. I couldn't even remember my own joint. I just changed it. So it's _WAADDY. Also co-host Let's Catch Up Podcast. Follow us on the Let's Catch Up Podcast. We also have a website. What is it?
the Let's Catch Up podcast.com.
Let's Catch Up Podcast.com. Is that the website?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was something different. I don't know why that was something different.
What is wrong with you?
The website is the Let's
You've
Catch
been
Up
acting funny this
Podcast.
whole episode, but I'm gonna talk about you later.
Whatever. You're not the boss.
He started out trying to wear glasses.
Yeah,
Let's Catch Up Podcast.com, but check us out, follow us. That's all I got.
All right, well, like I said, man, it was another good show. Next week, we're going to have...
I do got one more thing.
Go ahead, Wadi. he forgot something. So.
I did forget something.
Yeah.
Cookout. We have the Let's Catch Up, our first annual Let's Catch Up Podcast Cookout. August 16th, Sunday, Ballard Creek Park. Come check us out there too. Meet the crew. Meet everybody. Hopefully,
I'm gonna be there.
Big Chuck gonna be there. So
be there.
you gotta come now.
Yeah,
And we gotta
be there.
celebrate
Gotta
a
come
year of podcasts.
I'm gonna bring some of y'all down. I'm gonna
There
bring
we
some of
go.
y'all
That's
down.
what I
So
like to hear.
go on my DM. Anybody trying to go down, I'm gonna go ahead and rent a van, and then I'm gonna bring my engineer down too. So we all gonna come down
We're
there.
gonna have
we
a
go.
pizza truck there. We're gonna have a
Food, games, family
food,
friendly.
All right. Well, like I said, thank y'all
Raffles.
for tuning in. Next week we gonna have men and women, so y'all too gotta chime in on live and send y'all questions. But everything we didn't resolve this week and last week, I'm bringing up next week. So, you know what I'm saying? Chime in. Hopefully I can have somebody here reading the questions and we just go make it really, really live. Like, I'm going to have a couple questions, but what people asking in my DM and all that, we going to go off that and make this as interesting as possible, man. And I'm definitely going to bring y'all fellas back, man. Thank y'all for coming out. I see y'all next week. We out.